Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Honey. How are you? I'm doing well, and today I wanted to talk to you about something that I feel like is becoming a bigger deal in the disabled community, and I don't feel like enough able-bodied people maybe understand it, and a lot of the way it's being expressed is in the form of anger, which I don't always feel like anger is helpful. Like if you're trying to explain your point, I feel like you can get more people to understand by explaining reasonably, like you're humans and you have good intentions, because I'm sure you do, than if you're just a bad person trying to be sucky. So, what I wanted to talk to you about is the words special needs. We hear it all the time. Special needs classes, special needs children, I'm a special needs mom. This is kind of offensive to the disabled community, but let me explain why. It's not necessarily that there is anything wrong with having special needs. It's just that the term special needs, when referred to disabled people, it implies that our needs because of our disabilities are special, like the need for an accessible bathroom that you can take advantage of. But for me, it's considered a special need if my wheelchair doesn't fit and I need to make sure that I'm accommodated to be able to take advantage of a basic liberty that should be given to me just as a human. I should be able to leave my house and go somewhere public and take for granted that there will be a toilet if I needed to use one, and that it would be accessible. And calling it a special need puts it in a category where it's a need that not all people have. And that's not necessarily the case. Case in point, you might have heard this story if you follow my other channel, but if you haven't, when we moved into the home that we live in, we're a military family. My husband is in the military, and they didn't have any on-post housing. On-post housing is great for us because they have what you call ADA housing, and all of everything is accessible. The floors are hardwood and I can roll across them. I can get through all the doorways. Everything is very easy for me, very accessible. There's grab bars, there's all of the things that I would need. Well, when we moved to civilian housing, because that's what was available in our area, I talked to a realtor. I let her know my wheelchair is 26 inches wide. I cannot walk, and my wheelchair is an absolute necessity. And she said, no problem, the doorways in this house are 3 feet. 3 feet is 36 inches. I mean, if you don't have to be a math whiz to know that. If you live in America, we go by the American Standard Measuring System, and 3 feet is 36 inches. Well, we got to this house that we had to pay for in advance, and we had to sign the lease in advance in order to get housing where we were moving to. And the only door that was 36 inches was the front door. So my wheelchair did not fit through the bedroom door. We had to take the push rims off of my wheels, and I have to actually just push my wheels in order for it to fit through my bedroom door. And it does not fit into our bathroom at all. Our bathroom door is actually obnoxiously narrow. It's 23 inches. Like, I can't fit a stroller through it because there's a sink right at the door as well. So I can't fit my wheelchair into the restroom either, or either of the closets that are in the restroom. This house is not accessible. When I addressed the issue with the landlords, they were like, oh, well, we didn't really go into the property. We saw that the doorway was about 3 feet and figured that was good enough. Well, I should have been allowed to take for granted that the home that I was going to pay to live in for the next year would have a restroom that's accessible to me. Like, it's a basic human right. you would think. They also failed to mention that almost everything is out of my reach. All of the cabinets, everything is out of my reach. I can't reach anything. So basically, my adult children have to grab everything off of shelves and counters for me like I'm a child. I can't even reach the burners on the stove. It is that far out of reach. So it's not accessible, but this shouldn't be a special need. This should be like a given. If I'm going to move into a home, that the realtor should consider whether or not I can reach things or I can access things, especially like the restroom and my own bedroom. Like, what did they expect? Was I gonna live in the living room? Was I not ever gonna get anywhere? I ended up, if in case you're wondering, I did end up getting another wheelchair and putting it in the bathroom so I can transfer through the doorway to the other chair in order to get around the bathroom. And that is how we worked around that. However, that is a very privileged position, and that chair wasn't covered through medical insurance. That is something that we had to pay out of our own pocket for, and that is $900 that most disabled people do not have access to. So that was a very privileged thing to be able to do. And that's the issue. We are asking for things that are basic human rights. The Braille, if you can't see, on all of the signs, so that you can actually know what you're getting and be able to read things. Subtitles for the hearing impaired. Just basic human things. Inclines. I don't know how many times I've gone to places, I've called in advance and I've been like, hey, are you guys wheelchair accessible? And they've been like, yeah, we have ramps and there's no stairs. Well, yeah, there's no stairs, but there's a 45-degree hill. And in a manual wheelchair, try pushing yourself up or down that. I've actually tumbled down backwards down a hill because of that one time, because I didn't want to ruin the experience for my children. I was like, well, I'll just power through it, I'll figure it out, and I ended up getting hurt. So yeah, that's not necessarily a thing for an independent wheelchair user, and I don't like being pushed. A lot of us do not like being pushed. We want to be able to get around on our own and be individual and autonomous just like anybody else, and we want to do that in a way that doesn't make us feel like our needs are just so special that we shouldn't be able to do it. Hand controls for cars and things just that most people take for granted that they'll be able to use. We want to be able to use those services and those things without having to put in a special request. It shouldn't be special. It's normal. We are normal people, and we would just like access to things that all normal people have. It kind of sets us back several decades to live in this version of inequality in the world right now, where our needs are seen as so just out there. It just doesn't make sense to me. So instead of using the word special needs, I'm just saying that maybe we can use the word disabled. We can accept what it is. It's a disability. We have to live within the limitations of our bodies or our minds, and we want the same rights that everybody else has without them being considered special or out of the ordinary, because they shouldn't be. That's it. That's all we want. And I don't feel like that is too much to ask. Let me know in the comments if you think it is. Maybe you have a different opinion. Hopefully I got you guys maybe thinking or considering something you've never thought before. And I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. And to all of you out there, I thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your time here with me. I know you can be doing absolutely anything in the world, and you chose to spend a little bit of your time with me, talking to me, and I appreciate that so much. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day and a very happy coming new year to you all if I don't see you before then. And until next time, bye.